Hey folks, those of you who have been monitoring the employment-based visa bulletin know that as it pertains to India, the September 2021 bulletin has EB2 final action date at December of 2011, and they have the EB3 final action date at January of 2014. So for the purposes of adjustment of status, USCIS is presently using that final action date. So if you want to be certain about your date and you're in the US and you're planning on adjusting status, you need to double check the USCIS adjustment of status table, which at times can differ from the State Department visa bulletin final action date. I want to give you what are my predictions for the October bulletin. Now that we have the September bulletin, which is the last month of the 2021 fiscal year, the October bulletin will be the first month of the 2022 fiscal year. In the fiscal year of 2022, there will not be significant advancements in the India EB3 and even EB2 category. This is very unfortunate, but it is because there's a large number, they're actually surprised by the large number of adjustment of status under EB3 due to the numerous, downgrades that folks have done from the EB2 category into EB3. Therefore, there will be no advancement, unfortunately, with regard to EB3 in the October bulletin that is issued by the Department of State. And also EB2 will not have much advancement, but could have slight advancement. Now, what will happen, I think, is that USCIS will utilize the filing dates rather than the final action date that comes from the State Department. So this will advance the third category, EB3, for October 2021 by a possible 2 to 3 months. Or if they have determined that there are many more applications now under EB3, it's possible that EB3 can retrogress for October 2021 bulletin, which again is the first year of the 2022 fiscal year. And EB2 will probably make, if anything, a very modest advancement. EB1 will likely remain current. There's going to be no change to the EB1 category. So for those of you who have been heavily anticipating the October bulletin, I really, unfortunately, do not think that we're going to see any advancements there. I've been definitely, hoping to see movement from Congress as it relates to country quotas. However, there has not been, a definite indication of any, advancements or inclusion of the country quota legislation, even in the upcoming, budget. And there will be allocation, though, of more resources for, hiring, but this will only have long-term impact and will likely be more directed to work dealing with massive amounts of employment authorization documents, for example, and other processes. So I really, unfortunately, think there's going to be very little to no advancement in the EB3 or EB2 India category, and EB1 is likely to remain where it's at, which is current for October 2021. That is why I've, always advised folks who have downgraded to EB3 and have an adjustment of status. If your date is very, very close, it is a good idea to think about whether there are other options, such as, in the EB2 or EB1 category in a self-petition. And if your priority date is nowhere near, those dates, then that might be even more important to investigate whether there are other possibilities, because you definitely want to take an all of the above approach to make sure that you have the very best opportunity to, succeed and have your permanent resident established, because we have seen over the years that those adjustment of status in the India-based EB2 and EB3 can get held up for many, many years. It's even happened in EB1. So we need to, recognize that you have to take an all of the above approach to get to where you want to be. I, always advise people to consult with a experienced attorney in order to really understand all of the benefits and, reasons why we can help you and your families out. So please reach out if you are in that situation so that we can assess whether there are other out-of-the-box options or thoughts how you can best optimize and position yourself. Because a lot of times when we're depending solely on our company-based attorneys to provide advice, they can, obviously their duty of loyalty will be to the organizations that they are, working for, that they're hired by, not necessarily to you. So, it's always good to, if you're in a situation where you're under an employment-based sponsorship and you have a, priority date, or, you're on an H-1B and they haven't yet filed for you, to see whether there are self-petition options or other options available through, direct work with a, attorney. So thank you so much. And I hope everyone finds this informative. Please, like our videos and share it with your friends.